Today, I'm not going to be looking at figures, but instead, I'll be looking at the beginning.
Hello YouTubers, and welcome to another revisited review. As you can see today, I'm taking another look at the Doctor Who DVD box set, The Beginning, which was one of the first DVD box sets to be released by To Entertain. And it was the first ever DVD review, which I did way back in 2012. If you want to check out the original video, then please feel free to do so. I might even put it in the link in the description to make it a lot easier for you. So we have the beginning box set. I'm taking another look at it. First of all, let's take a look at the cover. So obviously we have the reflective logo. Again, it's a common occurrence on all of the Doctor Who DVD box sets. The title of the box set also have this, The Beginning. I believe it was the first official box set to be released by To Entertain. If you don't count the old box sets were like Amazon exclusives and W.H. Smith exclusives like John Pertwee box set, or the Dalek box set, or the Cyberman box set, all that type of thing. And of course, as we all know, the beginning box set contains the first three stories of Doctor Who: An Unearthly Child, the Daleks, and the Edge of Destruction. And at the bottom it just says the first ever Doctor Who adventures come to DVD, plus exclusive bonus features. This box set is classified as a 12. It's a 3-disc set, and now let's take a look at the actual artwork on the actual box cover. So behind the classic Doctor Who logo used on all the merchandise, you have what appears to be part of William Hartnell's title sequence, which I think is very fitting, seeing as all three of these adventures are William Hartnell stories. And the main cover for this is the cover for the Daleks, the second story in this set. I'll go more into that when I go on to reviewing the Daleks, which shall be in a couple of minutes' time. One thing which is really interesting is the fact on the spine of this DVD box set you have the cover for An Unearthly Child, and obviously that has Susan along with the junkyard and the TARDIS. Now, on other box sets, the picture, what you can see on the side, is just usually the same picture what you get on the front, but the fact that we have a different picture is very different. Perhaps it's because it was one of the first box sets, but after this, what usually happened was you got a picture made for the cover of the box set, and it wasn't just a copy of the DVDs inside, and the picture would always be the same as the cover. The back is the same, so that's normal, and I don't have anything inside because I display the DVDs separately. So first of all, let's take a look at the first ever Doctor Who story, An Unearthly Child. It's a bit weird how this is the first story, and chronologically the first DVD you should have on your shelf, and you don't have the Doctor on the actual front cover. I'm just trying to get it to stand up. There you go. Just stand up. Because we have Susan. Now, it's the same image as what you just saw on the side of the actual box. And it's just Susan in front of the junkyard. I am Foreman, scrapyard, Totter's Lane. And here you have the Stone Ages with the TARDIS, its first ever destination after the Doctor kidnaps Ian and Barbara. And we have the title sequence in the background along with some nice circles. So this is a PG. Just take a look at the side. That is what it looks like at the side. It looks more purpley than pink on the side. And this was, of course, written by Anthony Coburn. The first ever story of the world's longest running science fiction series comes to DVD for the first time. And I believe back when I reviewed this originally, as after I read that bit, I went, woohoo! So Susan Foreman is a mystery to teachers. Ian Chesterton and Barbara Wright, seemingly knowing more than she should about the past and the future. Their curiosity leads them to follow her home one night, only to find that her home appears to be a deserted junkyard. In the junkyard, they discover a police telephone box and a strange old man who claims to be Susan's grandfather and calls himself the Doctor. The journey of a lifetime is about to begin. Special features include the commentaries moderated by Gary Russell, and it's on the pilot episodes, Verity Lambert, Maurice Hussein, and for episode 1, Another for the Child, William Russell, Carole and Ford, and Verity Lambert commentate. And episode 4, The Firemaker, is William Russell, Carole and Ford, and Maurice Hussein. The pilot episode is a special feature itself, and it was unaired at the time. It's an unedited 35-minute recording of the entire studio session from September 1963, plus an edited 25-minute version of the pilot. We have the theme music video. It's great. Full-length version of the original theme music, which you should have heard at the start of this video, coupled with original 1963 title sequence elements. We have comedy sketches, 4 short sketches, mostly themed around the early years of Doctor Who, including 3 from Mark Gatiss from The League of Gentlemen, and of course he's written a few Doctor Who stories, and David Walliams, who's from Little Britain, and he appeared in the Matt Smith story, The God Complex. Photo gallery, production subs, and digitally remastered picture and sound quality. They're just the usual things at the end. The story was originally broadcast on BBC One between the 23rd of November and 14th of December 1963. One thing to note, BBC One is in capital letters, and usually it just says BBC, or just BBC One in lowercase. The cover for this is by Clayton Hickman, produced by Verity Lambert, directed by Maurice Hussein. The length is 130 minutes approx, and that's including the pilot episode. But if you didn't include the pilot episode, it would roughly be the normal length of classic Doctor Who stories, 4-parters, which would be around 90 odd minutes. It's usually around 94, 95 minutes. The inside is like that, and the disc always gets upside down, which is annoying, and you just have all the info and the disc. So overall, Unearthly Child, it's good. Obviously not the best story in the world, but you have to have this. If you want to call yourself a proper Doctor Who fan, then you must get this story. It is essential. So that's one of the reasons why I pick up this box set, because it's not only featuring the first ever story, but it features the first ever appearance of the Daleks. Now on the cover for this, we have William Hartnell, we have a Dalek, then the Dalek City, and then you have two Daleks inside the Dalek City with the corridors, and again you have the Doctor Who title sequence in the back, along with all of those circles. So it follows roughly the same pattern as what you get on An Unearthly Child, and the Edge of Destruction also has that same pattern. That is the spine, and this, of course, was written by Terry Nation. The Doctor is about to have his first meeting with the Daleks. The TARDIS lands on an alien petrified jungle, beyond which lies a mysterious deserted city. The Doctor insists on exploring, but before long the TARDIS crew all begin experiencing the early effects of radiation sickness, and they then discover that the Metal City isn't as deserted as they first thought. Commentaries moderated by Gary Russell again. Episode 2, The Survivors, Verity Lambert, Christopher Barry. Episode 4, The Ambush, William Russell, Carole Ann Ford and Christopher Barry. Episode 7, The Rescue, William Russell, Carole Ann Ford and Richard Martin. The Creation of the Daleks, documentary which looks at the origins and creation of Doctor Who's most feared villains, the Daleks, with contributions from Verity Lambert, Richard Martin, designer Raymond Cusick, sound designer Brian Hodgson, original voice for the Daleks David Graham, and original Dalek operated Michael Summerton. And we have photo galleries, production subs, and digitally remastered picture and sound quality again. The story was originally broadcast on BBC One between the 21st of December 1963 and the 1st of February 1964. It is 7 episodes long, so it's quite long. A bit weird on the back of this DVD. Usually you have notes for who did the artwork around here or around there, depending on when it was released. But for some reason on this DVD it says it here. Now on the Unearthly Child it says it here. So it's a bit odd, but I'm not really complaining. It's by Clayton Hickman. It was produced by Verity Lambert, directed by Christopher Barry and Richard Martin, and it says that the Daleks were created by Terry Nation. And what a creation they were. This is a 12, hence why the whole box set is rated a 12. It's because of this story. There are a few quite violent moments, and the length is 174 minutes, so it's just under 3 hours long. And there's just loads of notes here. It just completely fills the leaflet, and I don't know if you can make it out, but you have the picture of the actual cover, what's used on the cover and on the disc. But of course you need to have the box set for this. It's the first Dalek story, for God's sake. You need to get this out if I can. The final story in this set is, of course, The Edge of Destruction, and it's an alright story. It's more of a filler story, in my opinion. I think a lot of people think that, but I quite like it. I think it's a very good story. I know a lot don't, but I do. I think it's really good. The cover has Ian and Barbara inside the TARDIS console room, the first Doctor's TARDIS console room, I should say, seeing as there's been loads of them. So you have all the round things, and you have the console, and there's a door just opening, and there's like a ray of light coming out, something like that. You see quite a bit of the TARDIS in this story, which I quite like. It's a very interesting concept. It's like a home for the Doctor. The story was by David Whittaker. Something has caused the TARDIS console to explode in mid-flight, plunging the ship into darkness and rendering the crew unconscious. As they slowly recover, they find themselves suffering from a loss of memory and headaches. The TARDIS behaves oddly as the doors open and close of their own accord. Has the ship been possessed in some way, or is something more dangerous happening to the time travellers? Now, the special features on this is loads, and that's probably due to the length of the story, as it's only 2 episodes long. So there's more special features than the actual time of the story, which is only 47 minutes in total. 2 25-minute episodes. We have Doctor Who Origins, a 55-minute documentary, so it's already longer than the story, detailing the creation of Doctor Who, including rare interviews with creator Sidney Newman and new interviews with producer Verity Lambert, directors Waris Hussein and Richard Martin, actors William Russell and Carole Ford, title sequence designer Bernard Lodge, and TARDIS sound effect creator Brian Hodgson. Over the Edge, the cast and crew look at the production of this story inside a spaceship, a look at the Doctor's time and spaceship, the TARDIS, Masters of Sounds, a look inside the BBC Radiophonic Workshop, which created electronic sounds and music during Doctor Who's early years. What sounds they were. Even 50 years later, I think they sound really good. Featuring interviews with Dick Mills, Brian Hodgson, Verity Lambert, and the late Delia Derbyshire. Rest in peace, Delia. You helped create the best theme tune of all time, for the best programme of all time. It's my favourite theme tune, my favourite programme. Marco Polo, a 30-minute version of the lost 4th Doctor Who story. Created using a recording of the soundtrack, plus off-screen stills and production photographs. So what you're really getting in this box set is not just the first 3 stories, but you get a rough cut of the 4th as well. And I know there's rumours about Marco Polo, that the BBC have it. Please, BBC, if you do, just bloody release it already. Everyone's waiting for it to be released. Then we can finally have Season 1 complete in terms of DVDs. We have PDF documents as well, which is like Radio Times billings for the first 3 stories. We have Arabic soundtrack. Listen to the final episode of the story dubbed into Arabic, which is quite an unusual special feature, I must say. The photo gallery, production subs and digitally remastered picture and sound quality also feature on the DVD. Now, again, it says covered by Clayton Hickman. It doesn't say it there. Again, it says it back in the usual place. And it was broadcast on between 8th and 15th of February 1964. Produced by Verity Lambert, directed by Richard Martin and Frank Cox. And as I said earlier, the runtime for The Edge of Destruction is 47 minutes. There's just loads of special features on this DVD. That's one of the reasons why you should get this set. There's a lot of special features about the creation of Doctor Who, how it started and everything. So that's the inside. And yeah, this box set, I don't really need to say that much really. It's essential to any Doctor Who fan, in my opinion. If you don't have this Doctor Who box set, then I don't know how you can call yourself a hardcore Doctor Who fan. Alright, the first 3 stories aren't the best stories in the world, but they're still good, and they need to be in your collection really. So I hope you enjoyed my revisited review of the beginning box set, which is just over 20 minutes long, so it's going to take ages to upload. Sorry about that. Well, sorry about that now, but it's up now anyway. And I hope you stay tuned for more videos by me, the Obsesstuvian95. If you haven't already, check out my Facebook group, and you are very welcome to join it. There's going to be a lot of Doctor Who content on there, like polls and everything. If you want to check that out, then check it out in the link in the description below. And I hope you're having a great day. Thank you very much for watching.